one. Let's do this. Play ball!
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
Please, please. No, that's okay. Thank you so much. I'm Randy Tibbins. You know who you are. Come on in. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. This is the first, best, and only video podcast by fans, for fans, of your Los Angeles Dodgers. Got that? Okay. Your Los Angeles Dodgers. That's an old ticket. We don't talk about old stuff here. Yes, we do, but not all the time. Happy Thursday, everybody. There's no game. What? No game? No problem. We got you covered here on Let's Talk Dodgers extended show. By the way, I have a note handed to us from our producer. We are now, let's see, we are now doing what? What did it say on here? I had a note. Well, what does the note say? We didn't print it out. It says we're now doing pre-game, no. We're now doing pre-show question and answers on Periscope before each show. We did one today, and it was a blast. Thanks to all who viewed it and saw it, and we'll do some more of that. As long as you keep coming back for it, we will do it. Crappy Mike Day again today because we got some sounders to play, some home runs, a lot of scoring. Dodgers drop one while the Giants win, and the boys are back in second place. What's up with that? I don't know. To the hardcore fans and other people that aren't too concerned, I say to you,
Do you care?
And my answer is not really, because it's only one game back, but I know guys like Bobby K think that the world is over. So anyway, they dropped one of the Giants. Freddie Galvis slugged a 3-run homer, and pinch hitter Ryan Howard added a 3-run double Wednesday in the Phillies' 6-2 win that snapped the Dodgers' 4-game winning streak and dropped them back into second place one day after catching the Giants in first place. I'm not real concerned because, hey, we got 57 games left or whatever it is. But I am concerned that we dropped one. However, I have a different belief that we're going to come roaring back, and I'll tell you why in the second half of the show. Stay tuned. Dodger home runs and scoring, we got a lot of it for you, because before yesterday's game with our paltry 2 runs, the Dodgers scored a gang of runs. Check out these two. We're going to play you 2 minutes worth of home runs and scoring from the August 8th and August 9th games when we took care of business. Let's check this out right now. You know who, our Hall of Famer Vin Scully, with most of the calls.
The next pitch to Corey Seager is swung out. Mile-high fly ball to deep right center field. She is gone. Corey Seager hits his 20th home run of the year. And just like that, the Dodgers are on the board, leading 1-0. Delivers, swung on, ground ball to the hole. Through into right field. They are waving the runner to the plate. So Turner scores without a throw. And the Dodgers lead 2-0. 2 fastball whacked to right field. Going back on the ball is Alter. And he's going to watch that thing go out. So the Dodgers taking batting practice against a young 22-year-old. They lead 6-0. 2-1 pitch is hammered to right field. If it stays fair, it's gone. It is gone. That's the 3rd home run that Eflin has given up in 2 innings plus. And the Dodgers lead 7-3.
A fly ball to right field.
Here's Charlie.
Got some legs. It's on its way, and it is gone. A home run. Seager's 21st home run of the year and his 2nd of the night.
Yeah, I know. We need to get speakers in here so these are louder. We're going to try and work on that real hard the next couple of weeks. Meanwhile, in the game on August 9th, there was even more scoring and more home runs. Let's hear those.
Bobblehead night. Here comes Howie Kendrick. Velasquez ready, right-handed delivers. High fly ball to deep center. Back goes Herrera to the track, to the wall. It hits the top of the wall and goes over. Home run. And the Dodgers lead 3-2. 7 hit. And there's a drive into deep right field. Back goes Alter. Way back. It is gone. And the Dodgers lead 6-2. You have a catcher who can hit as well. And there was a switch hitting catcher. You have yourself a gold mine behind the plate. And Justin Turner coming up. And Turner tries one to left center field and deep. And that ball is gone. Over the wall and out. And the Dodgers lead 8-3. And they are just pounding these young Philadelphia pitchers. And a drive to the gap in left center. So that'll score Peterson easily. It finally picked up by Muncy into second base for Kendrick with a double, and the Dodgers lead 9-3.
Wow, you know, it's just amazing that how a team can get so prolific with runs and scoring and stuff in 2 games, and 1 game they just drive, but that's what makes the game great. So on the 8th and the 9th, they took care of business. Yesterday, not so much. But you know what? They won the series against the Phillies. I'll take that every day of the week. What else we got for you on that? Well, Scott Kazmir pitched 6+ innings yesterday, allowing 2 runs and 4 hits while striking out 6 batters versus the Phillies. Dodger rookie reliever Grant Dayton allowed Galvis' 7th-inning home run to give the Phillies a lead, and Howard cleared the bases in the 9th off Kenley Jansen. I was kind of pissed off at that, but, you know, what can you do? Yes, we all know that, but how about those home runs the Dodgers hit the other day? That was what made it for me. You wish they could put a couple of those in escrow, as Vinny used to say, and keep those runs handy for when you don't need 9 in a game, but, you know, we could have used a few more yesterday. Let's get into some real news here and some Dodger moves and injuries and stuff, because it's still going on, although I think it's ending. I think we're getting close to the end of the DL stuff. A recent x-ray revealed that Trace Thompson's back injury, previously described as, quote, irritation, was a little more than that, and the fact of the matter is, it's the result of multiple fractures, they found out. The Dodgers outfielder still believes that he will be able to return in September. Well, even if you have minor fractures, Trace, how are you going to be coming back? You don't want to be moving around. And you know, if you ever fracture a bone, anytime you have any movement, it's going to kill you. How the heck is a guy supposed to play without injuring it more? I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough one. I don't know about Trace. But meanwhile, they talked about how an earlier MRI didn't really reveal the fracture. He'd been expected to start rehab soon, but Dave Roberts pushed any possible return date back to at least September, saying that the outfielder's recovery had plateaued and the team was trying to get to the root of it. Well, they did. You know, I'm sorry. When you have a fracture of any type, you're talking 6 weeks minimum. So, you know, you don't know if that guy's even going to make it back this year. I hope so. Keep your fingers crossed. Brett Anderson allowed 2 runs and struck out 2 over 5 innings and 71 pitches in a rehab start for AAA Oklahoma City on Monday, possibly the final step of his rehab. Roberts said earlier the team would decide following the start if Anderson would rejoin the Dodgers or make another rehab start. As of right now, haven't heard a thing, but we could use that guy. Believe me, we could use another guy. We need our starting staff back, man. And speaking of starters, Brandon McCarthy had his 3rd straight start of 4 innings or less on Sunday, displaying almost 0 fastball command. McCarthy, less than a month removed from returning from Tommy John surgery, said he had no answers for what was causing the struggles, but he said that he didn't believe the cause was physical. What does that mean? Well, if he's not in pain, maybe it's just a touch thing, he's got to get it back. I don't know. All I know is, you know, watch out for that guy. Don't let him go too far without blowing a game again, because that could mess everything up. Adam Liebertor, remember that guy? Left elbow inflammation. He's felt much better. Is expected to return from the DL on August 13th. Gee, that's in a couple of days. His first day of eligibility. We don't know if he's going to be back, but that's what Robert says, so keep your fingers crossed for that guy. We could use him because Adam Liebertor was doing very well this year. And I've had several comments from people that say, you don't get nasty enough here, you don't talk about personal stuff. All right, let's get personal, let's get nasty. What did you guys think of that whole scrape with Yasiel Puig? Did you hear about that? Well, in the wake of Yasiel Puig's viral Snapchat party videos after a loss at the AAA level, Los Angeles has removed all merchandise relating to the outfielder from its official team store.
Do you care?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Here's my take. I heard a lot of people in the press talk about it. I heard Alex Cora on ESPN talk about it. I liked his take best, and that was that although it was not pro, bro, as the kids say today, it wasn't pro to be whooping it up and showing it online after you had a loss, even at the minor league level. It's not professional, to be whooping it up like, going crazy after a loss. Even though that was wrong, Alex Cora was saying the only wrong thing was it putting it online and showing everybody. It's not, what they do behind closed doors, that's another thing. But to show the world, that's not professional. Just like it's not professional to browbeat somebody in public or put somebody down or whatever. Well, it's not cool to be showing your team hooping it up after a loss, okay? That's just not professional. Now, as far as removing his team stuff and hurting him financially, because I know the players get a cut of that stuff, I don't know. I think that's kind of harsh. You never hear about the guy that they send down to AAA and then doesn't show up for a month. Then there's been a couple guys doing that this year. Stars, too, I might add. I'm not naming any names because it wouldn't be pro. But, why do they have to beat the guy in the press? He's already having a tough time anyway. I don't think there was any real harm done. Yeah, I know it wasn't cool to be showing off in front of the world when your team's losing. All right, that's not cool. But it kind of embarrasses the organization when you put it online. That's probably why they did what they did to him. But I don't think there's any harm there. Obviously, the guy needs to get some maturity. Yeah, I get it. He's not from this country. He's got a different culture behind him. He hasn't grown up. He's a kid in a candy store making millions. I get it. But, hey, come on, man. Dude, you're making the money. Be pro about it, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all most people expect. If he did that with the Dodgers, I'm sure they'd blow him out of there in a second. You don't do that at the major league level. You take a hard loss or blow a game, and then you're whooping it up, having a great time, and showing it to the public. That's not going to happen. That better not happen again, Yasiel, or you're gone. He may be gone anyway soon. If he doesn't prove himself doing something right before the end of the season, get rid of that guy and keep Rob Seguin in there doing stuff. We need him. And of course, Andre Ethier's coming back probably in September, or maybe late August. All right. Enough of the ranting and raving. How about some fun stuff? That's what I like. I said, how about some fun stuff? Okay. All right, we're doing it. Let's narrow it down here. Game watching party. We're having a private one and a public one. I can't tell you about the private one. There's going to be a secret one for family only because a former co-anchor of mine for Let's Talk Dodgers is having a birthday next week, so we can't talk about that one. There's got to be one soon after that. I promise we're going to do it at a fun place. Bobby K might even like the location, so we'll see. Shout-outs. We have shout-outs today. Yes, we do. Van Rick W., Cody S., Elizabeth, Ron A., Jeffrey N., Liz Z., Kathy E., David C., also those following us on Periscope, including Gina P., Jose, Steve R., Maria C., Jake F., and Steph P. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Dodgers on Facebook. Thank you for following us in Periscope. Those of you who do, that's that last group, Jose, Steve, Maria, Jake, and Steph. They watch my Periscope. Thank you for watching today, and any day I do it on Periscope. Today, we only did the pre-game show, the pre-show show, the warm-up show, and then we did the regular show on YouTube, so bouncing that over. To our Facebook page. Stats of the day, we got a couple of them from those good games you heard the other day. The clips I played today were from the 8th and the 9th. Elias Sports Bureau had a couple of good comments. Corey Seager went deep twice on Monday for his 4th multi-homer game in the major leagues. No other player in Dodgers history had more than 2 multi-homer games before turning 23 years old, which Seager will not do until April 27th next year. Also, Corey Seager now has the Dodgers single-season home run record for rookie shortstops. Did I mention that earlier this week? I don't think I did. Yes, Corey Seager now has the Dodgers single-season home run record for shortstops. All right, also from Elias Sports Bureau, Howie Kendrick on his bobblehead. That was cool. Had a go-ahead 2-run homer as well as the run-scoring double in the Dodgers' 9-3 triumph over the Phillies. On bobblehead night, as I said, the 3 RBIs were a season high for Kendrick. And on top of that, his home run was the first in 15 career games against the Phillies, including Tuesday's win. The Dodgers are 15-1 since the start of the 2015 season in games in which Kendrick has homered. The only loss in that span was on July 22nd this season against St. Louis. Howie Kendrick, man, I'm telling you, I don't care how old the guy is, he's a gamer. And just for that, I'll give him a shout-out once again. Howie Kendrick, for your bobblehead night, man, you did exceedingly well. All right, and one more note from Elias Sports Bureau through ESPN. Julio Urias, who turns 20 on Friday, that's tomorrow, he made his 10th start for the Dodgers on Monday. Since 1980, the only other pitcher to make 10 starts in a season as a teenager were Dwight Gooden in '84 with 31 starts and Felix Hernandez in 2005 with 12. And that means Julio Urias is only the 3rd guy since 1980 to do that, before his 20th birthday, make 10 starts or more. That is amazing. Julio, for that, I'm giving you a shout-out too, buddy. And by the way, when his glasses are off and his goggles are off, his eye that he had surgery on doesn't look too bad. It looks really terrible when he's got the goggles on. When he doesn't have it on, it looks almost normal. I bet you he does one surgery away from making it look normal like the other one. But anyway, that's cosmetics. Nobody cares. But he's doing it with his arm, so that's all we care about. This date in Dodger history, August 11th, 1969. It's one of my saddest days in Dodger history. If you were a guy like me who was living and dying with the Dodgers in the 60s, at the end of the 60s, they were not having the success they did in the early 60s, okay? Let me just tell you, after 66, they weren't doing good at all. And by 69, it was really sad. Why? Well, one day on this date in 69, August 11th, is the reason why. On this date August 11th, 1969, Hall of Famer Don Drysdale, the last link to the Brooklyn Dodgers and one of the most successful and feared pitchers in the game, announced his retirement at the age of, are you ready for this, 33. After suffering a shoulder injury, which was probably a rotator cuff. They didn't know in those days. They didn't have the technology for another 5 or 6 years. Big D Drysdale was the last remaining active member of the Brooklyn Dodgers when his prolific career came to an end. Powerful man at 6'6", 215. Wow. Drysdale reached double figures in victories in all but 2 of his 14 seasons in the major leagues. He won 15 or more games 7 times and 23 or more twice. His best season was 1962 when he won the National League Cy Young Award after posting a 25-9 record and a 2.83 ERA and 232 strikeouts. I give the guy shout-outs for that alone, man. And, of course, the one thing the history books will always remember about Big D, in 1968, he set the Major League record by tossing 58 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings, which they later rolled back to 58. Idiots, it's still 58 2/3. A mark that was later broken by Orel Hershiser when he did it in 1988 with 59. Drysdale, who became the Dodger broadcaster after his playing career was over, was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1984. I personally still miss the guy every day, and his autobiography, Once a Bum, Always a Dodger, is still at the top of my list of Dodger autobiography books, and I've collected a lot of them. That's still one of my top, maybe 1 or 2 favorites. So Big D, this date in 1969, still miss you, buddy. He's been gone from this earth since 1993, but isn't a day I don't think about him. Number 53, Don Drysdale. He was one of the best. All right, let's get you out of the ballpark. Not today, tomorrow, and we might do this again tomorrow. It might be a Flashback Friday, so you got to be watching for Let's Talk Dodgers. If there's something cool to report, we'll be here. Otherwise, no show tomorrow. But just in case there isn't, we're going to get you out to the ballpark now. Remember to check Livestream app and their Livestream.com website in case anybody else besides Sportsnet LA is carrying the games. And listen up, one of these 3 games I'm about to mention has another way you can watch the game for free. Are you ready? Let's go. Friday, August 12th, it's a 7-10er. Pittsburgh is coming to town. Right-hander Ivan Nova, 8-6 with a 4.80 ERA. He's going up against Ross Stripling, 3-3 with a 3.79 ERA. Ross Stripling, young guy. They're watching his innings, I know, but he's pressed into service again because another guy's on the DL, or he's hurting right now. He's not on the DL. The guy we traded for. We'll talk about that another time. Let's see what happens with Ross Stripling tomorrow. Saturday's game, that's the one to wake up and listen to and watch. It's a 1:05 p.m. start. Right-hander Garrett Cole, he's 7-7 with a 2.94 ERA. He's going up against Brandon McCarthy, I think. And guess what? This game, aside from Sportsnet LA and the usual Dodger Radio Network, is supposed to be on Fox Sports 1. So be watching Saturday, 1:05, Fox Sports 1. You got that? All right. In case I don't come back tomorrow to tell you about the rest of it, Sunday, August 14th, it's a 1-10er. It's right-handed pitcher Chase Kuhl, K-U-H-L, 2-0 with a 3.91 ERA. We don't know, to be determined or to be announced. The Dodgers have not yet announced their Sunday starter. Maybe tomorrow we'll be back and talk about it. I don't know. Other cool stuff, August 27th, later in this month, Corey Seager is going to be doing a public signing at Frank & Sons Collectible Show. The City of Industry will give you more details on that as the month moves on. Pardon me. And check out John Suhu's outstanding, outrageous, oh my God. His photography is off the charts, off the hook, off the chain, whatever you want to call it. Go to John Suhu's photography blog at dodgersphotog.mlblogs.com. That's dodgersphotog.mlblogs.com. Best sports photography anywhere, and of course, best baseball photography, and the Dodgers photographer for these last 30-something years. The guy is #1 in my book. That's going to do it. I think that's all we have time for today. Don't forget to tell your friends where we are. You can write to us at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com, or write to us right here on our Facebook page, Let's Talk Dodgers. You can even write to us on our YouTube page, Let's Talk Dodgers 13. Some people do it. And you can also write to us on 2 different accounts in Twitter. One of them is Let's Talk Dodgers, which goes back to my co-host, former co-host. And you can also write to me at Randy Trumpet on Twitter, and I usually answer if I hear something. So come on back, pull up a chair, sit down, relax. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, not sure. Got to watch to find out. And let's talk Dodgers. So long. Thanks again for watching. And remember,
look, Dodgers are going to win that division anyway.
Better believe it. Have a great day off, everybody. Go Blue tomorrow. And you know what? I mean, just for me, really, if you're watching, beat those Pirates. Bye-bye.